the Chicago Cubs at home as well. So, yeah, you could still win 100 games. And, yeah, you could still win a World Series because you're in the playoffs. But it feels like another Mets collapse this morning. Good morning, Boomer. How are you?
Panic. Don't panic. No panic. Panic, 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 panic.
Good morning, G.
Was that a panic button?
It's a panic button.
All right.
And I have to say that, I guess we're going to start with the negative because we're New Yorkers. We tend to always start with the negative as opposed to the positive. And there's a lot of positive to get to, especially one Zach Wilson who showed his stones late in this game yesterday. If you were a Jet fan and you watched that and you were really disappointed with the way that he played in the first half, I'll tell you what, that fourth quarter was beautiful, absolutely beautiful, and did everything he was supposed to. Now, saying that, every position player, with the exception of Jeff McNeil, got outplayed between the Braves and the Mets. The games didn't really even feel that close. The scores, I don't necessarily know, indicated how the Braves put on a baseball clinic against the New York Mets, the way they play defense, the way they hit home runs. And we knew they were a home run hitting team, but we also felt like we had the pitchers that were going to be able to nullify those home runs. And those home runs were not nullified, and this is basically the way the Braves have won a World Series last year. When you think about like Olsen, Swanson, and Riley, just think about those guys for a second. Then you think Harris. You think every single place where they have significant players, they all came through in some way, shape, or form, whether it be by playing flawless defense, hitting home runs. I mean, the Mets had a lot of hits in this series.
Yeah, but they were all singles.
Yeah, I know that.
A couple solo home runs last night, but I mean, it was extra base hits, it was home runs, it was clutch, it was everything that the Braves needed to do offensively, and the Mets couldn't get it done. And the worst part about it was, I mean, this is supposed to be how the Mets are going to win a World Series. DeGrom, Scherzer, Bassett, that's how they're supposed to win it. And they just got completely roasted down there.
Well, they gave up home runs, and then that's the problem. And, when the pitchers that you have are not doing what they're supposed to do, meaning keeping the other team off the scoreboard via the home run, then you have a problem. And we can look at it from an offensive perspective, too, because Swanson outplayed Lindor, Olsen outplayed Alonso, Harris outplayed Nimmo. I mean, you can go right around the base paths, and almost every single player outplayed their Met counterpart. And they had Charlie Morton on the ropes last night. I mean, they had 9 hits on him, and they just could not just break through. And I don't know how many times you need a 2-out rally to score a run. And this is why, and this particular series encapsulates everything there is to know about why teams want to hit home runs. Why the launch angle and hitting home runs is so important, as opposed to getting the single, getting the key hit, and, not the key hit, but just getting the single and getting on base, and a walk is as good as a hit. In this series, it showed you just how important and why everybody wants to hit home runs.
Yeah, but how many times we also talked about when that home run hitting team goes cold and they can't find another way to score runs, like the Yankees, who have failed in the postseason in numerous years with that same mentality. And you say, all right, you need more singles hitters. You need more guys like DJ LeMahieu. You need stuff like that. So I can't all of a sudden flip the script there. This wasn't the fact that the Braves just were better at hitting home runs. They were just flat out better, period. And they've been better for the last number of months. And it's just, I know that if the Mets were in a different division, well, obviously in the NL West, the Dodgers have run away with it. But, they would have coasted to the division if they were in the NL Central. They would have coasted the division if they were in any of the American League divisions. It would have been a great season. But unfortunately, they've got the defending World Series champions who are better than they are in their division. And this now changes everything when it comes to winning a championship, which is something that's been on our minds for the better part of 3 months now with the way that the Mets have played and continue to play well. Because you got a wild card series that's probably going to be against the Padres. There's still a chance it's going to be the Phillies. And then if you win that series, you face the Dodgers in the NLDS right off the bat. So this was worst case, absolutely pathetic, didn't expect it to happen, so disappointing. And now after leading the division almost every single day of this year, back in end of March to October, they have been in first place, and now when it counts, they're not. And that just flat out sucks. Now, I'm not saying they can't turn it on and then go on a run in the postseason,
they're just...
but we just saw the team. So, like, this series It basically was all hands on deck, push all the chips in the middle of the table, whatever stupid analogy you want to use for a big sort of playoff series in the regular season, and they failed miserably.
Right, and when you needed your best players to be their best, unfortunately, your top end pitching. I was really disappointed in Bassett last night. I mean, that was
yeah,
but he's been great all year. I was disappointed in Scherzer. The whole East-West, North-South thing, and we're paying you $43 million, and it looks a lot like at the end of last year with the Dodgers.
Yeah.
Tired arm kind of thing, and then of course DeGrom, who's going to opt out. So you have, look, they'll have a chance to get it right again. It's not the end of the world. They'll have to do it the hard way, and they're going to play most likely a San Diego team, and if they do play San Diego, they have a losing record against them. They're 2-4 against San Diego this year. So, that's a whole nother situation. It's amazing how well the Braves play baseball, though. And they have played baseball great for the last 3 months. It is about as flawless as you can ask for.
Yeah, I know, and that's why that idea out there, even saw, Mark Feinsand, who's been covering baseball for a long time, tweet out again, like this wasn't a Mets problem. This is the Braves playing out of their minds. But I'm sorry, it is a Mets problem. And the Braves have played out of their minds, and they're playing at a clip that no one expected them to. But, you got swept with DeGrom, Scherzer, and Bassett on the mound, where all you had to do was win one game, and then you would have had the tiebreaker, and you could have gone into the last series with a chance to win the division still, and you couldn't even do that. And then let's go back to losing 2 out of 3 of the Nationals. They're getting swept by the Cubs at home.
Well,
those are huge opportunities that you screwed up.
Getting swept by the Cubs was really, I think, the kind of the nail in the division coffin when you look back at it, because that's one thing that the Braves didn't do. They were getting swept by bad teams.
No.
They were on the come ever since Michael Harris was brought up. I thought they talked about it last night, that the play that Riley made at third base, where he lets the ball go and it's a foul ball. It
changed everything. It would have been another run. It was just, listen, he took a risk and he gets credit for it.
Well, that's part of the instinct of a great baseball player.
Yeah.
And he's signed long term. You think about first base, center field, third base. Now, Swanson's going to be a free agent, and he's killed the Mets.
Yeah,
killed the Mets. It was, and then the pitchers try to explain what happened after the game, and Buck tries to explain what happened after the game. Here's the deal. The Dodgers I actually think the Braves are better than the Dodgers. I really do. The Dodgers just been kind of like coasting now for the last, 45 days, taking care of business, as they say. Mm-hmm. Just beating all these bad teams, as opposed to the Mets losing to bad teams. I can understand the Mets losing to the Braves in this fashion. What I can't get my head wrapped around is how they got swept by the Cubs, how they lose 2 out of 3 of the National. Just the crappy teams that they lose to, which ultimately, when it comes down to it, you go back and you look at the schedule. That's where they lost this whole thing. They didn't take care of the business that they needed to take care of, while the Braves were beating those bad teams.
Yeah, but you still went into this series up a game with the 2 guys that everybody has talked about are basically unbeatable in the first 2 games of the series, and they failed the team, and they failed the fan base, and they blew it. And one guy's making over $40 million a year. Another guy wants $45, $50 million a year, and when it counted, they both came up small. Well, and that's really what it came down to.
Well, the good thing for them is that they're going to have a chance to rebound.
Yeah,
they'll have a chance to rebound, and it's it's the improbable. I think that when you look at them now, you know that the Dodgers and the Braves, both teams are better than the Mets. They just are. They have better hitters. You would say that the Mets have supposedly the starting pitching advantage, but I don't even know if that's the case. They're going to be giving up home runs.
I didn't feel that way, and I can't sit here now and say that the Mets are better than the Braves are going into the series, because they had been first place the entire year, a winning record against Atlanta going into this series.
Dude,
I believe that they were better. Now I can't say that now. Of course not.
No, that was a clinic on how to play baseball. Yeah. And I would also say the middle relief was outpitched. I would say, we never even saw Edwin Diaz,
Right.
essentially, in any sort of high leverage situation at all, and never got to that point.
Yeah, it's so discouraging. And I understand that Bassett's not DeGrom or Scherzer, but you get that lead. Finally, you have a big offensive inning. You're up 3-1, and he goes out there and he can't throw strikes. The Darno single, he's just a mess. And he gives the lead right back up, and then that was the end of it.
You know what? It's interesting. Somebody said, how do you know a team is kind of like out of whack or a team can't handle the pressure? It's normally, I think it was Ron Darling said it on Friday night. I think Gary asked him. And Ronnie said, when all of a sudden they start doing things differently than they have done all year because the pressure is so much and it's magnified. And maybe the experience that the Braves had last year, gave them the ability just to calmly go about their business and do what they're doing. And I was thinking about McCann, who's just awful, can't, it's just a total waste of space right now. Mm-hmm. Hits a ball and slides in the first place, feet first. And I know he's trying to, avoid the tag and stuff like that. But that's the kind of crap that guys do when, they're out of whack and the pressure is too hard. It's too much.
Yeah, but and it wasn't for this team the entire year. And that's what's so discouraging about it. And, you go into the series with high hopes. I mean, I did. I was positive. And, of course, everybody, will kill you for that after you get swept. But I had believed in this. There was no reason not to believe in that.
I think you got to stop believing. See, this is the thing. I didn't want to really get into it. But, on Friday, you're like, oh, we're going to sweep it. I'm like, hey,
why not, though? Why not? I'm not going to apologize for being positive about it.
I kind of like you.
If I sat there and was like, they're going to get swept by the Braves, be like, oh, you're so negative. You're not even a Mets fan, blah, blah, blah. This people would have said. How could you be a fan and think they're going to get swept?
Yeah, but then if they would have swept in reverse, and then you would have said that, we would have said, there's something really to this, reverse jinx thing that you have. Although I'm not pinning it on you. I'm just saying that, you said the word sweep in terms of the Mets, and I'm like,
I didn't predict a sweep. I just said that you'd win the division if you swept them, and you could be celebrating down there, which was a fact. That was a fact. If they would have swept them, they would have won a division.
Man, the Braves are a good team, man.
Yeah, well,
they are a good team.
But what are the Mets right now is the question. I don't even care. I'm tired of the Braves. What are the Mets? Are they a good team? Do they have a chance to win a championship? Is this weekend when we're watching them against the Padres or the Phillies, are we thinking, hey, you win this series, you get hot, you got a chance to win a World Series, or just a matter of time to get knocked out by a better baseball team?
One of the other reasons that this may end up hurting the Mets in the long run, especially if they lose, they won't lose to the Phillies, but I could see them losing to San Diego, is if Starling Marte can't come back.
Remember when he was day-to-day?
Yeah,
it was day-to-day after that. And we haven't seen him for, 6 weeks, feels like?
And he was like, the straw that was stirring the offensive drink. He was such a significant player, and then he gets hit on the hand. Was that against Miami or Washington or something? I forget which crappy team that was against.
Yeah, I don't remember. It doesn't matter. He's been out for that long.
He had been playing great, and then all of a sudden gets hit in the hand and he's gone. And that has killed us. That has really killed us. But, good teams should be able to overcome the loss of one guy. They've been relatively healthy everywhere else.
Yeah, and if they end up getting knocked out by the Padres or even the Dodgers in the NLDS, it's just like this whole season to me feels like a waste. I'm sorry. For a guy who is, I'm 40. I was 4 when the Mets won at 86. I don't remember any of that. I have not seen them win a championship. A great regular season, then getting knocked out early. It's a waste. None of it means anything. I'm not going to remember a damn thing about this regular season. I won't care because I believed halfway through the season that this team was good enough to win a World Series. So if it gets smacked around by the Padres in this wild card series, then this season means nothing. It means absolutely nothing. You can put up a little wild card banner there at Citi Field if you want. Yeah, you made the playoffs, but you should have been better than that.
Yeah, it's not the Seattle Mariners making the playoffs.
Right.
They hadn't made the playoffs in 20 years.
Yep.
So they have a right to celebrate and feel good about their accomplishments, but that's the
highest payroll in baseball too, by the way.
Yeah, well.
So now you're going to start getting criticized like the Yankees get criticized for spending all the money and then not winning.
Now it's shut up or put up time, right?
Oh yeah, no, but it was this weekend.
Put up or shut up.
Put up or shut up time. But it was this weekend, and they failed miserably.
They'll have next weekend to do this. They'll do it all over again.
Should never be playing this weekend.
It's going to be a long week for the boys.
Yeah, they should have never been playing this weekend.
It is going to be a long, long week.
Yeah,
until they get to the start of the playoffs. It is going to be excruciating. It's like when a football team loses a bad game and they have that whole week to listen to all the naysayers and all the criticism that comes their way. They now are going to feel exactly how a football team feels for an entire week until we get to the playoffs. What's it, next Friday?
Yeah, Friday.
Yeah.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 3-game series at Citi Field, either against the Padres or the Philadelphia Phillies, if the Braves win one more game, which you expect them to do. All right, it is Boomer and Gio on the Fan and CBS Sports Network. Jerry Recco will join us with a sports update in just a couple of minutes. Got some weather for you right now. It's brought to you by Edison Heating.